Hello everyone, welcome to my studio. I'm finally shooting this video, I think after delaying it for like 3 months, but better late than never, right? So there were some missing pieces in the studio, such as the bookshelf in the back and some little details, but finally I managed to finish everything. Now I'm super happy with my studio. Even a couple days ago I just calibrated this room with SoundID Reference measurement microphone, and also in the end of the video I'm gonna show you how I done it. And honestly, like, I've been using the studio for like 3 months, as I said, but after calibrating to it, this place become next level. Now the sound is amazing. I'm having a blast making music in there, you know, having some time in here. This is literally like my man cave, you know. This is my lunatic rave cave. And in this video, like, I like to talk about my equipment, you know. I like to show you what I'm using in my studio, what I have in my desk. So okay, if you're ready, let's talk about it. So guys, let's start talking with this acoustic panels. So those are the same panels I have from my previous studio in Ankara. I just removed them from my old studio and just put them in here. So those panels are gifted by UA Acoustics, Ukrainian acoustic company. Big shout out to them for giving away these amazing products. So they simply sound amazing. I have my bass traps in here, and when I put them in my walls, I also calculated the bouncing points, you know. So this is where I sit, my head is around here, and like from speakers to my head, you need to put one absorption panel to the crossing points. So those are absorption points, half absorption, half diffusion. And in my back, I have these guys, so they are just diffusers. Also, the desk I'm using is from Studioka, is from a Turkish company, so they made me this custom desk. It's very nice. I also have a drawer in here. I have a MIDI keyboard, and honestly, which is not even connected. I'm not using it much, but yeah, that's how my desk looks like. So let me show you my synths. I'm using Synido Tempo Key 25 for just like, you know, piano, and also I assigned those macros to, you know, Serum. I already had a tutorial about it. I'm pretty much controlling my FL Studio with these guys. And top of that, we have this amazing duo. I have Behringer TD3, which is my acid device. I'm writing my 303s mostly with this bad boy. This is an analog synth, and it's connected to MXR Distortion Plus. This is a very nice distortion. Again, that's analog also. So my Behringer connects to distortion, and distortion goes to my audio interface, which is this one, Moto M4. So that's a very nice audio interface. It has 4 inputs and 4 outputs, and I can see visually with the screen, you know, my inputs and my outputs. And besides that, I have Synido Tempo Pad. This is a very nice, you know, pad. It's super sensitive. I also connected these guys to my FL Studio mixer, and those are for like controlling flex, that's kind of synths macros. And honestly, I'm not using it that much, but it looks awesome in the desk, you know. I love how the lighting are. And for my speakers, I'm using KRK's Rocket Classic 8. So those are pretty big, you know, my hand for scale. And I'm just using 2 screens. And it's good to have, you know, one screen FL Studio and the other screen just for, you know, monitoring with spam and other visual stuff. So I'm definitely not a headphone person, but also I got this Hi-Fi Man Ananda Nano. They are extremely good. And like, in order to use it, you need a headphone amp as well. So that's my headphone amp, like people. This is pretty powerful device, and yeah, you need some powerful device to drive these headphones. But as I said, I'm not the headphone guy. Mostly this guy is just sleeping in here, and I'm just relying on my big speakers. And just behind my deck, I have my DJ setup. So I have Pioneer RX3. This is where I practice my mixes, preparing my tracks for my radio show. I have another headphones in here, which is Audio Technica M40X. That's my old producing headphones. So they're okay, and I think they are good for DJing, you know, that's enough for here. And I have KRK5, again classics, for my DJ desk. And behind me, I just made 2 of bookshelves. So there was nothing before, but yeah, in order to have a good acoustics, I needed to have bookshelves are the best to absorb the sound, and also just showcase, you know, my Pokemon collection. So let me make it white so you can see it more clear. Yeah, I have tons of stuff in here. My favorite cards. one of my favorite Pokemons, and even I have a Hardwell book and some manga, so I'm still putting more stuff here in time. So okay, now I like to show you how I calibrated my room. It's SoundID Reference and I'm super excited to it, so let's do it together. I have no idea how the outcome is gonna be. This is the first time I'm experiencing this calibration stuff. So this one comes with the calibration microphone, which we will use right now. So I'm gonna choose system-wide. I think I can activate and deactivate it. My device is out. Okay, that's working. And I like to do a speaker calibration, create a stereo profile. So my speaker configuration is 2. So it requires me to phantom power on and powering measurement microphone. Yes, I can do that. It takes around 20 minutes to measure your setup. Okay, let's do that. So my audio interface is none of this. Microphone is gonna be input 2. Let's connect the microphone. Sound check. Okay, it's working. Next. So now we will write the microphone ID, so it's gonna know the color of the microphone. So my microphone profile is like that, frequency response. Okay. Assigned output channels, everything looks good. Next up, listening spot. Okay. Reduce your output gain for safety before playing the test tone. Okay, that's cool. Clear anything that could bump into your listening position. Okay, let's do that. Hold the measurement microphone in your hand. I don't have stand, but I can use my hand like this. Keep the microphone in the center of your listening spot. Okay. And it should be in the ear level. Yes, approximately like this. And it should be just in the middle. So when I sit, my ears are like this. I'm not sure if I can be that much accurate. And I also push my second screen back, so it's not gonna interfere with the right speaker. Well, that was easier than I expected. So that's the frequency response of my room. As I see, I have a little bit dip on 60 Hertz area and like pretty much a big bump on 100 Hertz. And I hear some low mids more than usual. Some level difference. My right speaker is 1 decibel less loud than the left one. I could adjust them in the back of my speakers, but I think this is gonna do the job for me. And let's save. So I think I like to calibrate using the desktop app. So that's it. I have the calibration done. And I can also just go with different targets as well, since it's knows the profile of my room. So I can make it flat like this. Okay, I like to test it out.
Drifting through galaxies, stars in my sight, endless horizons, my eternal flight.
The calibration activated is so much pleasant to the ear. When I deactivate it and compare it, the mix gets very bad. But when I activate it, I'm saying it, yeah, this is how it should sound like, Yeah, like this is the first time I'm using this type of calibrations for the room and speakers. And honestly, I'm amazed, guys. So like when I deactivate it, the 100 Hertz bump is so obvious, I think the kick is like way more punchy than it should be. But when I activate calibration, it's just applying the reverse EQ to make all the responses flat. And I think that's pretty amazing. And I just need some time to digest this and get used to this, and probably that's gonna be so much helpful for my mixing sessions as well. So if you get used to the room you have, and if you know how to reference other tracks, and then you can mix it easily, that's okay. But now with this, you make sure your room is flat, and the mixes you make is gonna translate all of the other listening environments, headphones, speakers, earphones, doesn't matter, much more properly, because now you are hearing the flat response instead of your rooms and speakers weird curves, you know. So guys, that was it. I hope you liked this little studio vlog. If you have any questions regarding to my gear, please let me know. I can talk in detail in the comment section. Today that was it guys. See you on the next video. Peace. Bye bye.